Welcome everybody to another episode of Into the Stratusphere. I'm your girl Cindy G. That's right. If you watching this on YouTube, that's right. New hair color. Even though I have my hair in a bun, but it's all good. And my nails are now in place. Freshly gel manicure because, of course, here in Solano County it's now in code red, meaning the indoor operation is now reopened. So I'm happy that I got some TLC to take care of to be ready for the fall. And I'm so, ready for it. Especially we're only like 3 months until 2020 is over, which I cannot wait. But anyway, you guys, episode 8. Will you listen up, man? That is right. That is the inspiration from that infamous quote from that hot mess of the debate. I don't consider it as a debate, you guys. It's more kind of like a grown guy fighting and arguing like they're in elementary school, you guys. So I got that inspiration from Joe Biden's infamous quote. Will you shut up, man? That is right. And honestly, he did win the debate. I just want to say that, you guys. Anyway, enough about that. So, for today, or whichever episode of Into the Stratusphere, usual results from past independent wrestling show from past weekend. 2-minute AEW Heel quick thoughts about it. Especially, it's a very memorable AEW Heel event I've gone to. Let's see. Oh, my thoughts on like different news that's been happening in the world of wrestling regarding Impact Wrestling and New Japan Pro Wrestling, because there has been a lot of breaking news that's happening, and I'll give you guys my 2 cents. Quick results / recap from New Japan Pro Wrestling Lions Break Crown Round 1. And also the recap from past episode of Impact Wrestling / the Go Home edition of Victory Road, which I'll be giving you guys my quick prediction for Victory Road, even though your girl don't have Impact Plus, and so is other people as well, which, as I stated on the last episode of Into the Stratusphere, I won't be covering Victory Road altogether, but I will be giving you guys results from Victory Road on the next episode of Into the Stratusphere before going with the recap of the usual episode of Impact Wrestling. I'm hoping that they'll post a clip here and there on their YouTube channel, so that way I can definitely check it out. And of course, I'll be reading the results as well along the line. So yeah, you guys, I just wanted to make a disclaimer for what's going on, because to me, Victory Road is a glorifying house show, even though there's no audience per usual, which I think they did the right thing, because you have a lot of COVID outbreak going on, especially with the recent news from WWE and unfortunately with AEW as well. So yeah. Anyway, you guys, let's go ahead and kick things off with the results from past independent wrestling show from past weekend. Alrighty. So Friday, September 25th, 2020. Real Canadian Wrestling presents RCW Friday Night Fights, which is actually their weekly show every Friday night that took place at the Royal Canadian Legion No. 1 in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, where Adrian Adams defeated Machete, Big Bruce defeated Sweet Daddy Soul, Slammer defeated Tyrone Ironside, Stephen Wild defeated Sean Martin, team of D. Dwight Davis, Steve Style, and Vince Austin defeated the team of KB6, Matt Hart, and Tyler Adams in a 6-man tag team match. Cody Mack defeated Nate Nixon, and for your main event match, Steve Rivers defeated Heavy Metal via countout to retain the RCW Canadian Heavyweight Champion. So congratulations to everyone that's winning the match, and you guys can check it out, RCW, on their social media, and that way they'll post the shows on any wrestling related streaming sites. Anyway, you guys, let's go ahead and move on to Saturday, September 26, 2020. Unsanctioned Pro presents Unsanctioned Pro 9 Indiana Vacation that took place at the American Legion Post number 204 in Salisbury, Indiana, where Cole Roderick defeated Knowles Garvin, Stage Phillips defeated Adam Slade, PB Smooth defeated Bradley Prescott the fourth, Lexus Montez defeated Lee Morinardi, Nolan Edwards defeated Logan Stunt, Laura Crew defeated O'Shea Edwards, Shane Mercer defeated Calvin Takeman, Alex Colon defeated Devin Moore. The team of Trey Lamar alongside the Reject consists of John Wayne Murdoch and Reed Bentley. Defeated the team of Myron Reeds alongside Awesome Odyssey consists of Chris Copeland and Jack Adams in a 6-man tag team match. And they're now the new Unsanctioned Pro Tag Team Champion. And for your main event match, Everett Cross defeated Dominic Rini in a no ropes match to retain the Unsanctioned Pro Heavyweight Champions. And congratulations to all the winners. And you can check out Unsanctioned Pro on IWTV, you guys. Anyway, moving on to same day. Synergy Pro Wrestling presents Synergy's third birthday took place at the Monster Factory in Paulsboro, New Jersey, where Deshaun Pratt defeated Eric Hovis. MV Young defeated Anthony Gargone. Not the team, but the Whisper defeated Ellis Taylor, KTB, and Matt Vertigo in a 4-way match. Ring of Honor star LSG defeated Casey Cantel. Impact Wrestling star Ace Austin defeated Jordan Oliver. TJ Crawford defeated Charles Mason to retain the Synergy Cruiserweight Crown Champion. The team of the Nerd World Order consists of Joey Silver and Kip Stevens. Defeated the team of the Apostles of Chaos consists of Chris Bain and Logan Black. Wheeler Utah defeated Matt McIntosh. Warhorse defeated Frightmare to retain the IWTV Independent Wrestling Champion. And in your main event match, Brandon Kirk defeated Tony Deppen to retain the Synergy Champion. So congratulations to all the winners. And you can check out Synergy Pro on Fight TV. Now let's go ahead and move on to Warrior Wrestling presents Warrior Wrestling Stadium Series Tag 3. Took place at the Marian Catholic High School in Chicago Heights, Illinois, where two Impact Wrestling star, as I say so, Moose defeated Suicide. That theme song's catchy, so that's why I have to say that, but yeah. Former WWE / Ring of Honor / Impact Wrestling star Mike Bennett defeated Ring of Honor star Cheeseburger. Isaias Velasquez defeated Travis Titan. Impact Wrestling star Rhino defeated the Beastman. Airwolf defeated Angel Dorado, Davey Bang, Jason Page, Sam Beal, and the Savage King in a scramble match. Impact Wrestling star Zachary Wentz defeated New Japan Pro Wrestling USA star Blake Christian. AEW star Joey Janela defeated Robert Ego Anthony, which you've seen him on AEW Dark, alongside Frank Decline in a no-holds-barred match. Two Impact Wrestling star Kylie Ray defeated Madison Rayne to retain the Warrior Wrestling Women's Champion. And this is Madison Rayne's final independent wrestling appearance, since now Madison Rayne is still full-time with Impact Wrestling. So wishing Madison Rayne best of luck, even though she's doing great in Impact Wrestling with commentary and then occasional ring work. But just saying. And in your main event match, Impact Wrestling star Trey Miguel defeated Brian Pillman Jr., which you've seen him on AEW Dark and also AEW Dynamite. And AEW star Brian Cage in a 3-way match to become the new Warrior Wrestling Champion. So congratulations to all the winners, and you can check out Warrior Wrestling on Fight TV. Alright, y'all, so with that being said, now let's go ahead and go to the next segment. That is 2 minutes of AEW Heel, which let me go ahead and start the timer, even though I was looking at my phone because my phone went off, so just saying. So here we go. Starts in 2 minutes. So the theme was a fall theme. Brandy hosts did the show. That's right. The Queen, Brandy Rose, where she made this tutorial of like a pumpkin spice martini. So pretty much we have a live of a shot of brandy. And she also made that pumpkin spice dip, which that dip looks really good, you guys. And who was there? Brandy was there. Dasha was there. Leva Bates was there. Abaddon was there again, but in a shadow form. Vicky Guerrero was there. Penelope Ford was there. And honey, to quote Lovely T, Anna J was there. So yeah, so Brandy did show the tutorial, and she actually answers the fans' question. Number one, yes, she loves Cody's new look. She's looking forward to what's in store for Cody, especially taking on the Dark Order. Number two, her dog Pharaoh is okay. Number three, yes, she is talking crap about Anna Jay's. They were taking shots at it. So yeah, so after that tutorial, we got a makeup tutorial from one of the AEW Glam Scout named Meridian. I forget her last name, but she did an amazing job, and I did follow on with the tutorial. Also, Brandy Rose did a giveaway of giving out the shot of brandy shot glass, which you guys can get it at Pro Wrestling Tees or AEW Shop. And guess what? I'm one of the two winners winning that shot glass. So that actually made my night, and it's going to be added to my collection. So I'm promise I'll be posting it on social media. And after that, so Brandy goes around to some of the AEW heels, like only minimum of 5 people, just to get to know the other members. And guess what? Your girl got picked first and met the queen herself, Brandy Rose. That's right. All I can say is, even though I'm going over 2 minutes, but I'm going to make the exception. Let's make it 3 minutes, all right? Anyway, meeting Brandy Rose to me was on the top of my bucket list because, as y'all know, I did meet Cody twice in Canada back in 2017 at Alpha One Wrestling. And so it was an honor meeting Brandy. She's really generously nice and cool. And she told me, like, how's my week going? I told her about my school, like, school, midterm, work, and stuff like that. And then she told me, like, what am I studying? And she told me how am I doing in school and all that stuff. So I kind of gave her, like, more in-depth about myself. Kind of like, I went back to school back in 2018 because I left due to personal reasoning, and then switching school, and then switching careers, which is like, with the school and technical school and stuff like that, and said I went back just to catch them and all that stuff. And, Brandy said that's really nice, and she gave me a helpful advice, here and there about when it comes to midterms, and also making sure that I'm good just to get ready for the midterm. I was like, yeah, because like after the AEW Heel event, I had to do the midterms. So yeah, so Brandy was generously really nice. She was so down to earth, so I'm very grateful to get the opportunity, especially being part of the AEW Heels family, altogether, especially with other wrestling fans alike. Not just women, but also there's some men out there too, which everybody is welcome, no matter what, even though it's just $50, but it's like a yearly membership, you guys. And yeah, so it was an honor and privilege meeting Brandy, especially seeing all the AEW stars and the Heels member too. So I would never forget this moment in my life. It was like a very amazing moment, especially like not just in front of Brandy, but also Leva, Vicky Guerrero, Anna J, Abaddon, and Dasha. So it's amazing. And yes, there has been a banter where like Brandy did introduce other AEW heel stars. No, AEW women stars like Vicky Guerrero. Abaddon did not talk, but she just typed. Penelope Ford, which she was being a heel a bit, but Anna J and Brandy going back and forth, oh my god. Even though Anna J did beat Brandy, even though Brandy's like, you did cheat for once, like, it was hilarious. So, yeah, so I know I went over 2 minutes to 3 minutes, but it's a very eventful moment in AEW Heel, so I'm very forever grateful, and I cannot wait till what's in store. Hopefully they'll do like a Halloween party that's gonna be freaking dope, and another game night too, which I know Leva Bates and Aubrey Edwards will put something in the works. But yeah, you guys. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to like newsworthy news, you guys. So let's go ahead and start off with the ones that everybody is talking about. That is right. So has been confirmed via Twitter that Ken Shamrock is going to be the 2020 Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame. That is right. Ken Shamrock, he's been with the company since the earlier days in TNA, of course. He won the Gauntlet for the Gold back in 2002, and he won the NWA World Heavyweight Champion like years ago when it was TNA history. And besides, with his accolade, like, you know, with WWE being the IC champion, 2 tag team champion with the Big Boss Man, being the 1998 King of the Ring winner, and also the IC champion tournament in 1988. But also he dabbled onto MMA, especially with UFC as well. So that is right. Ken Shamrock will be inducted into the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame. He'll be joined alongside Sting, Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett, Earl Hebner, Team 3D, which of course, not the Dudleys, Gail Kim, and lastly, Abyss, which the last time Impact Wrestling had their Hall of Fame was back in 2018. So this is going to be very interesting, especially it will be taking place on the weekend of Bound for Glory, but it may be possibly going to be virtually, who knows, because we're still in a pandemic. However, Ken Shamrock actually tweeted out and tagged The Rock, asking him if it'd be cool if The Rock can induct him to the Hall of Fame, but kind of like in a greetings. And so, of course, The Rock posted it on Twitter, commenting back to him. He's like, "Congrats, my brother. Awesome news. I will take care of this and get this to you by this weekend." That is right, you guys. There is a rumor going on that The Rock is going to be possibly induct Ken Shamrock to the Hall of Fame. And I know there was like a lot of tweets from like Impact Wrestling. Also, Scott D'Amore did respond back. He would love to have The Rock be the one inducted Ken Shamrock. And yeah, so a lot of people have been talking about it. It's like, this is so weird for The Rock to induct someone in Impact Wrestling, especially he's still contract with WWE and whatnot. It's like, bruh, The Rock can do whatever he wants. He's not like in a stricter contract with WWE. I mean, hello, The Rock purchased XFL alongside his ex-wife Danny Garcia and then other investors too. I mean, why not? Even though I'm glad that The Rock and his family is already recovered from COVID. That's a very good news, even though it's like a couple weeks ago. But he's living his best life to the fullest. I mean, it would be awesome seeing The Rock inducted Ken Shamrock to the Hall of Fame. So that's going to be an awesome, like, newsworthy moment too. So congratulations, Ken Shamrock, to being inducted into the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame. And yeah, anyway, another newsworthy thoughts. So Rob Van Dam and Katie Forbes, according to PWInsider.com, they are no longer with Impact Wrestling. That is right, you guys. So from PWInsider.com stated that like RVD and Katie Forbes did sign a short-term agreement, which like the whole like crappy storyline they had with Sami Callihan, it's actually their departure storyline. Yeah, you guys. So pretty much, Rob Van Dam made his return to Impact Wrestling back in February 2019, which it was going on and off, and then you have Katie Forbes made her debut. I believe was April 2019 as well. So yeah, they've been going on with like different storyline, even though like a lot of people are like not a fan of Rob Van Dam now because like him like flaunting Katie Forbes. You have Katie Forbes like wearing revealing clothes, doing her twerking, and being kind of like overly sexualized. It's kind of like turned people off, especially what happened after Slammiversary as well. They're not a fan of it. But however, the only thing that people were kind of like liking is when RVD and Katie Forbes were part of cancel culture alongside Jay Chris. And that disgrace, oh shit. That's another newsworthy event. Talk about Joey Ryan. Yeah, y'all. So, yeah, they were part of that. And so I guess now that they're done with Impact Wrestling, especially with Katie Forbes, I think this is kind of like, you know, I think it's good that they're gone because, like, I feel that RVD is lost in the shuffle, especially with Katie Forbes. I know a lot of people are like kind of like having like mixed reaction with them being on Impact, but then as soon as they're done, everybody's happy about it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going to be happening next with Rob Van Dam and Katie Forbes, but we'll see what's going to happen next. So I just wanted to wish RVD and Katie Forbes best of luck in their endeavors, whatever they're doing. Especially for Katie Forbes, I know she's doing great being a glamour model and a video vixen. And RVD rubbing his CBD oils and other products as well. So yeah. Anyway, you guys, as much as I would say like newsworthy stuff, that's right. Joey Ryan is suing the accusers for defamation and getting the money back. Especially he made the claims that, like, you know, losing his booking, losing his social media followings, losing his Patreon subscriber. He just wanted revenge, especially, like, defamation of his character and all that. Bruh, seriously, you're guilty. Simple as that. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it because, like, reading about this situation kind of doesn't sit well with me and all that, so all I can say is Joey Ryan's going to lose. He's not going to win, all that stuff, but whatever. Anyway, guys, so another breaking news to report. That's right. So, New Japan Pro Wrestling has announced during the B block of the G1 Climax on Monday, September 28th, Tuesday, September 29th, sorry. Been mixing up with my dates. Anyway, Tuesday, September 29th, New Japan Pro Wrestling has been announced that New Japan Pro Wrestling President Hiro Mej will be stepping down as CEO of the company in October. That is right. News broke during the G1 Climax, and to take over the presidency / CEO for the company, that is right. New Japan Pro Wrestling USA, Takumi Obari will be taking over Hiro Mej's position. So there has been so many speculation of why Hiro Mej is being resigned from the company. It's because, like, you know, how the criticism from, like, the bookings to the whole situation with Will Ospreay being still with New Japan Pro Wrestling without repercussions. Everything that's been going on in between too, but I mean, it's based on their parent company, Bushi Roads, that, like, they're going through, like, a couple of the changes. And I know that Hiro Mej did a blog post on the New Japan Pro Wrestling website in Japanese, but however, wanted to give a shout out to my friend Karen Peterson, also known as Karen Nerds Out, which you can check her out on social media. She did a wonderful job translating the blog post instead of that computer generator you can do on Google, which it gives kind of like a half-assed, like, translation result that does kind of confuses everyone's, but she did a really nice job translating it. I did share it alongside on social media with other podcasters, including the Bulletcast, y'all. So Hiro Mej wrote a heartfelt blog post that he's forever grateful to be part of the company. He's been discovering wrestling at the age of 8 when his family did move from the Netherlands to Japan. He had a lot of, like, successful career prior to New Japan Pro Wrestling, and also, like, happy that, like, he was helping alongside, you know, building up with the company. He's been with the company since May of 2018 and going through a lot of change, especially that unusual promo with him cutting a promo in the showers. I mean, it's kind of weird. But I know that he stated that, like, he did listen to the fans. He appreciated the feedback. He appreciated the opinions and the criticism, especially, like, meeting all the fans too. So yeah, and your girl truly actually met Hiro Mej when he was in San Jose last November 2019 for New Japan Pro Wrestling Showdown. He always, like, greeted the fans, especially handing out stickers. I actually met him not once but twice, but he didn't remember me the second time because, you know, he is the busy guy, you know, handing out stickers. So I got 2 stickers from him. So, yeah. And I got my picture taken from him as well. So he was a pretty cool guy. I know he's busy, all that. But before the doors opened, Harold Mesh did a quick press conference, and he actually greeted the fans and like tell them which way to go for like the entrance way. So it's really nice for him just to how much he cares about the fans. So despite like a lot of criticism going on, especially like the whole rumor with AEW and New Japan situation. But yeah. So what's going to happen next with New Japan Pro Wrestling now that Takumi Obari will be taking over? There's so many endless possibilities going on. I'm not going to jump the gun too much because, you know me, I'm known for like jumping the gun too much, but it's all good. But all I can say is, you guys, let's wait and see how it's going to go. But I know that Takumi Obari did a wonderful job running New Japan Pro Wrestling USA. I mean, the shows on Friday night was amazing. I'm forever grateful to cover you guys, New Japan Strong, and give you guys my 2 cents of it too. And it's really amazing. And also, like, everything compelling, especially bringing in those stars for New Japan Pro Wrestling USA. So, all I can say is, Harold Mesh, wanted to wish you best of luck. Thank you so much for everything. Hope everything's good. Wishing you the best in your future endeavor. To Takumi Obari, all I can say is, I cannot wait what you can do for the company itself. And the question is he going to continue to run New Japan Pro Wrestling USA, or are they going to bring in someone? We're going to have to wait and see. Who knows, you guys? Anyway, y'all, so that is, pretty much that is it from the newsworthy. But lastly, for the last of a newsworthy news. So, on Primetime Wrestling, Trevor Murdoch defeated Aaron Stevens to become the new NWA National Champion. That is right. He did defeat it clean in a main event match on this past episode of Primetime, which your girl actually did watch it, and I was really impressed, you guys. I enjoyed most of the matches, especially the women's matches were very superb. And it was amazing because the reason why I purchased it because I wanted to support some of the stars, especially, of course, North Calzone, Nicole Savoy, of course. She did an amazing job with her match against Allison Kay. And of course, we have a very special surprise appearance. That's right. Not only we have Lucian Delight, Clint Howard, but Bimbo Jimbo James Kincaid made Primetime debut. That's right. Jimbo, congratulations. Very proud of you. And yeah, y'all. So my thoughts on Trevor Murdoch definitely deserved it. He did an incredible job defeating Aaron Stevens. He given his all. So I'm glad he's now the champion. So congratulations, Trevor. Aaron Stevens, I know you'll get your title back somehow. I know you're going to be training harder in the mountains of Monrovia. All right, y'all. So that is it for the newsworthy event going on. So anyway, you guys, let's go ahead and go to the quick results for the New Japan Pro Wrestling Round 1 of the Lions Break Crown. So that's right. Round 1, Logan Regal versus the DKC. It was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it. Both guys very talented. DKC did the impressive, side headlock takedown, followed by a joint manipulation with the belly to back suplex for the 1 count. Logan Regal, oh my god, he did an amazing job. Forearm smash, followed by a lot of offensive going on with him, and then the running European uppercut, kind of pretty impressive. And then DKC was about to do a overhead throw, but then Logan Regal with the roll up, and he picked up a victory. I was shocked because my pick was actually DKC to win round 1, but Logan Regal, I was shocked. But overall, it was a really good opening of the match, so I guess my bracket's kind of broken, but oh well. Anyway, you guys, so next up for the match was Clark Connors versus Jordan Clearwater. That was a pretty heavy-hitting match, especially Clark Connors did step up his game. He did improve so much since he joined the LA Dojo, and it was really an impressive job, especially Jordan Clearwater with his high-flying altitude for all together. So Jordan Clearwater, of course, did couple chops. So is Clark Connors. So chop fest going around. And of course, you have Clark Connors applying an armbar, and then Clearwater with the heavy body shots. And then he did the diving knee to the midsection of Clark Connors. A lot of back and forth, and it was very incredible. Let's just say that. So, Clark Connors dodged the Medea touch from Jordan Clearwater, and then he did the spear, followed by the Boston Crab, where Jordan Clearwater did tap out, and Clark Connors won the match via submission. That's right, the Boston Crab, the submission hold for the Young Lions, you guys, that wins like all the victory alike. But yeah, anyway, guys, so afterwards, the next match after the disaffecting break and all that, Danny Limelight versus Barry Brown. That match, I would say, is the match of the night. I was very impressed with both contenders. Even though Barry Brown actually kind of grows on me, especially him as a brawler. It was a very impressive job, especially Danny Limelight. I love his swag. I love his charisma, his personality. He's a very talented, wrestler, especially he could dance. And also he's a veteran too, which thank you for your service, Dan Limelight. Is awesome. So Danny Limelight lands with the corkscrew plancha, and then he did roll Barry Brown back into the ring afterwards, outside the ring. And of course he did the shoulder block. Then Barry Brown scores the elbow lockdown to Danny Limelight for a 2 count, followed by the hook kick for a 2 count, and then a body slam. But you can tell Danny Limelight did counter, and then he did the drop kick that sends him to the rope. It's so much incredible moment for this match altogether. So anyway, Danny Limelight with a 8-brain enziguri, and then he did the Cyborg DDT to pick up the victory. So Danny Limelight is going to the next round. And then for your main event match, Adrian Quest versus Blake Christian. Another main match of the night. I was very blown away with Adrian Quest and Blake Christian altogether. 2 high-flying, talented guys. They have a lot of potential altogether within their future. Like I said, I can talk all day about this match, but we gotta make this short no matter what. Adrian Quest, he did a side step to Blake Christian into the reverse of the the blue turnbuckle, and then you have is Blake Christian with the backdrop driver for a 2 count, and then the Irish body whip to Adrian Quest. Of course, Adrian Quest with the head scissor takeover that landed Blake Christian to the turnbuckle. A lot of exchanges going on. Altogether, it was very blown away for this match, especially how these guys are wanted to win this match, and especially to go to the next round. So at the end, Blake Christian with the snapmare German suplex, and then followed by with the Ilya, and then Blake Christian wins the match. So that is right, you guys. So those are the round 1 of the tournament. That's right. So next week of New Japan Strong, especially for the Lions Break Crown tournament, that's right, you have is Logan Regal versus Clark Connors in a semi-final match. Also, Danny Limelight versus Blake Christian. And also, you have 2 other matches that's been announced too. And keep in mind, this is pre-tape already before the G1, because some of the stars that's going to be aired is already in Japan competing for the G1. So, you have is 8-man tag team match between Bullet Club, that's right, Chase Owens, Hikuleo, Kenta, and Jay White versus the team of Jeff Cobb, Dave Finlay, Rocky Romero, and Mysterioso. And then you have is a tag team match between TJP and Carl Frederick versus Flip Gordon and Brody King. And honey, don't get me started with TJP and Flip Gordon. Yeah, it's such a hot mess. Let's just say that. Alright, so that is it for covering New Japan Pro Wrestling. So before I get into covering Impact Wrestling's everything all together, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to hear from Brandon from Curveballs and Chair Shots.
What's up, everyone? It's Brandon. If you love sports and wrestling like I do, then check out my other podcast, Curveballs and Chair Shots. Every Friday, me and my illustrious co-host Dominic Hobson talk the biggest news from the MLB, NFL, NBA, and so much more. We also cover some things we don't talk about here on the Bulletcast, including a weekly NXT recap. You can listen to Curveballs and Chair Shots wherever you get your podcast. Just simply search Curveballs and Chair Shots. Now let's get back to the show.
Alright, y'all, we are back. That's right, I'm drinking my big Hydro Flask water. As I mentioned, I have 2 of them. This is my work Hydro Flask, and I still have enough water left. And you guys can see I have stickers right here. New Japan Pro Wrestling. Support independent wrestling from West Coast Design. I have a sticker of Thunder Rosa that said La Muerta Muerta. City Wrestling Radio stickers, Lacey Evans stickers, and a bunch of stickers that I have on my Hydro Flask. For those of you who are watching it on my YouTube channel, and for those on the podcast, I have is like a 32-inch wide Hydro Flask. That's kind of like a lightish, bluish, gray color. Anyway, guys, enough about my Hydro Flask. Alright, so let's go ahead and recap Impact Wrestling from September 29, 2020. So we do have as an opening recap of what happened last week, and I forgot to mention, you guys, because I know this is my bad on it. Eddie Edwards has been attacked after he was playing that he wanted to beat the crap out of Eric Young. He got attacked by a mysterious attacker, and I'm thinking, the mysterious attacker is possibly going to be Ken Shamrock, because Ken Shamrock is going to be preparing to be inducted into the Hall of Fame on Bound for Glory weekend, or maybe the day of Bound for Glory. I don't know, guys. Anyway, so the opening of the match, after the opening intro, opening of the match you have is a Knockouts tag team match, which lasted almost 7 minutes. The team of Taya Valkyrie and Rosemary versus Havoc and Nevaeh. So that is like part of the storyline with this whole situation with the wedding that Taya's trying to plan. And, with Rosemary getting married to Johnny Bravo, but then Johnny Bravo's taking care of it while Taya and Rosemary are focusing on is kicking the knockouts asses, which I'll get into in a moment. So, the match was pretty good. All I can say is I do miss listening to Rosemary's theme. I love her theme song. It's like, let's just say one of the most iconic theme for the knockouts division. I am loving it. So, it was a pretty good match. It was like a lot of back and forth action, especially a lot of more like powerhouse brawl that's been going on. Like you have Taya Valkyrie with the double running knee for a 2 count on Havoc. You have Nevaeh with an impressive discus elbow for the 2 count. And then she did the running jump kick again for the 2 count on Taya. And then you have Rosemary. Holy crap. Rosemary with the double sling blade to Havoc. And then an explosive suplex to Nevaeh once Nevaeh was about to attack her. It was really an impressive match. And then Rosemary with the upside down submission on top of the ropes to Havoc. And then you have Rosemary and Taya did a double team spear. And then they did like an early celebration with like war and stuff. It's so unique now. It's like Taya and Rosemary are like the odd best friend pairing. I actually enjoyed it for all. But then Nevaeh attacked Taya with the German suplex, and she is not Taya, Rosemary. And then okay, let me reiterate it, right? Nevaeh attacked Rosemary with the German suplex, and then she was about to attack Taya to do the suplex, same thing she did to Rosemary. But then Taya did kick Nevaeh afterwards, and then she did the road to Valhalla, and Rosemary and Taya won the match. So it was a pretty good opening of the match. I enjoyed it. Like I said, a lot of like offensive move for both teams, even though it was a slow start, but it was amazing. And then after the match, Tasha Steele and Kiera Hogan came into the ring and attacked both Taya and Rosemary hard until Nevaeh and Havoc got up and they made a save. So this is a continuing feud for all of the knockouts involved too. So this is going to be pretty interesting because I know, last I mentioned in the past, the wedding is going to be coming up. I think the wedding is going to be happening the week before Bound for Glory or possibly during. I don't know, because you know me. I like to make pleading for a freaking Knockouts Tag Team Champion. They need to bring it back. They have a very solid Knockouts division. They're now aligned with one another. Why not bring a tag team? Just saying. Anyway, so afterwards, you have as a backstage segment with the Good Brothers who are like, telling their story of their time in Japan to the security guard. One of the security guard kind of looks familiar. And I'm thinking, is that Isaiah Velasquez? I could even scratch my head if it's him or not, because he kind of looks, very familiar. But I digress, though. Anyway, so they talk about their time in Japan, and then out comes Motor City Machine Guns, where they're kind of like heckling at them, and they say, talking about their time in Japan, how much they kicked their asses, of course. And of course, Chris Sabin said, one day you could tell the story of how you become a champion and whatnot. So, as soon as Motor City Machine Guns walked off, Carl Anderson was like asking Luke Gallows, what's their finisher? Gallows, some type of flip, I don't know. And then Carl yelled to them, hey guys, cool finisher, can't wait to kick you out. Yeah, that's like the corniest promo I've ever heard, but I know they're trying to be cool and like be like, badass they can be, but yeah. Anyway, so afterwards you have is backstage segment with Gia Miller with Deonna Purrazzo and Kimberly. Deonna being the usual heel and how much like she doesn't appreciate like Kylie Ray being called a bully, even though my dogs agree. And so Gia actually broke the news to Deonna that like even though she is a Knockouts champion and she'll be defending the title at Bound for Glory against Kylie Ray, she's going to be defending the Knockouts title at Victory Road against Susie. Yeah, they weren't too pleased about it. So, yeah, you guys. So, this is going to be pretty interesting to say at least, but we're going to get into that later on in the segment. So, anyway, you guys, next up you have is a rematch between Jordan Grace versus Tennille Dashwood with Caleb Conley with 2 Ks. That's right. Match is almost an 8-minute match. It was a pretty good match, but kind of slightly better than their main event match on the last episode of Impact Wrestling. So you have Caleb with the K. He kind of looks like a typical Bay Area hipster with the scarves and that hat. You guys like, I kid you not. So he did introduce to Tennille Dashwood. Like, he got the Instagram following count correctly, 1.5 million, because I did my research. And he's like, and he said to me, they know her name from Cancun to Bora, and her IG following 1.5, something like that. Here it comes. It's all about her, Tennille Dashwood. And of course, Tennille came out, do like a typical posing while Caleb with the K, with the camera phone, taking pictures. So, yeah, so the match itself is a pretty solid match. It was a lot of defense going on with both parties, but I feel that Jordan Grace took a lot of ass kicking. She beat the crap out of Tennille Dashwood. Like, holy crap. I know Tennille did try her best trying to, like, put some, like, offenses out. But, you have Caleb Conley. I can understand why you need to book someone that can assist you with that. So, yeah, anyway, Tennille Dashwood with the neck breaker outside of the ring. And then, of course, yeah, Caleb Conley still taking picture while whatever Tennille's doing, like some chokeholds or like kind of like an offensive stab. But yeah, so Tennille with a kick, then a chop to Jordan Grace, like on the apron. And then she did the taste of Tennille for the 2 count, which of course is the sliding crossbody, formerly known as the Emma Bite Sandwich or the Emma Plane. So now it's Taste of Tennille. So yeah. Jordan Grace, I love like her ability, her strength, especially trying to make sure that like she's trying to take a beating from Tennille. So Jordan Grace was about to do the Grace Driver until Caleb with the K climbed up to the apron to distract the referee as Tennille trying to escape and then trying to roll up until Jordan Grace counter, transitioning to the real naked chokehold submission and pick up the victory. That is right. And yeah, my dogs agree with me too. So, yeah, you guys. So, that's the end of the knockouts match for that. So, like I said, it was better than last week. I enjoyed it, but I feel it should be a little bit shorter, like around 7 minutes. That's all I can say. Alright, so you have as a backstage segment of Moose who's looking for EC3. Someone pointed him out to the direction, and he thought it was EC3 because of the hoodie resemblance. But no, he attacked an employee, so the employee walked off. And then EC3 made the appearance on his screen, threatening Moose that he is definitely going to burn that TNA World Champion, and he's going to make a funeral. So on the next episode of Impact Wrestling, he has cordially invited Moose to be at the funeral of him destroying the champion. So afterwards, Moose was really upset and walked off. So that's what happened. And then you have is another vignette of Rich Swann at the gym, and he's only in a bandage. No casket, no cast, no crunches, nada, you guys. And he's in tip-top shape, and once the doctor unbandaged it, it's perfect. He is ready to go. So Rich is very relieved that he is ready to challenge EY for the Impact World Champion at Bound for Glory. So yeah, like I said, I had been kind of like jumping the gun that he retired, so it kind of made a fool of myself. But you know what wrestling is, you guys. Expect the unexpected. But yeah. Anyway, you guys, so you have is the backstage segment with Heath and Rhino after that whole infamous campaign promo that was trending worldwide. It was amazing. So even though Heath did admit to Rhino that he still have the water cash, he actually used his credit card and it's maxed out for the promo. But then unexpectedly, they both got attacked by Reno Scum, orchestrated by Hernandez, and that's it, you guys. So yeah, and then after the commercial break, you have Rhino running to Scott D'Amore, making a plea to him that he wanted to have a match against Reno Scum. Scott was very adamant about it, and then, Rhino begged, and then Scott D'Amore made a deal to Rhino that him and Heath will have an extinction match against Reno Scum at Victory Road. So that's what's going on, you guys. Anyway, guys, so next up you have is a tag team match between the Rascals versus the Good Brothers, of course. The Good Brothers comes out, brought their talking shop beer. That's right, and my dogs are wanting the beer even though they cannot drink. But I apologize for the barking in the background, you guys. So, yeah, so it's an interesting beer. Wanted to try one. Wonder if they're selling it. I don't know. Anyway, so match itself was pretty good. There was a lot of high-flying offense from the Rascals. Especially you have Anderson and Gallows showing their heavy-hitting brawling action. So yeah, Gallows with a brutal clothesline to Desmond Xavier that sends him flying outside of the ring. And then Gallows also did the vertical suplex. That was really impressive. And then you have the Rascal with the combo of surfboard double stomp for the 2 count, pinning, I think it's Carl Anderson, yeah. And then you have Desmond Xavier with the double elbow to Carl Anderson, and then he did a tope suicida. Was supposed to be landing on Gallows, but Gallows did caught him and throw him out. And then Carl Anderson with the spine buster, and then after he tagged Luke Gallows, that's when they did the Magic Killer finisher to Dez, and the Good Brothers win the match. So it's a pretty solid match. I can think it's just to help building up to what's going to happen with the tag team division. So after the match, Carl cuts a promo to call out most of Machine Guns, and while that, Luke Gallows wanted to issue a challenge for the tag team titles at Bound for Glory. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff. We're going to be seeing what's going to happen next. Yeah, so anyway, you guys, you have is the backstage segment with Brian Myers and Tommy Dreamer in a stare down, which, of course, Brian did threaten Tommy Dreamer. If he sees it, then there's a problem going. Then they're going to go the other way, and then they almost got into a fight until Tommy Dreamer issued a challenge nonchalantly at Victory Road. So Brian Myers did accept it, you guys. So, yeah, so another somewhat of an match that's been issued. And then another thing, a match issue to the next segment. So, yeah, backstage segment with Tennille Dashwood and Caleb Conley, where they ran into Jordan Grace. And so Tennille in pain from the neck, from their match. And so Caleb said that Tennille wanted to issue a challenge at Victory Road, and Jordan Grace did accept it, which Tennille, she did not issue the challenge. And that's the whole thing with the episode, miscommunication, listening. So that's why the episode, will you listen up, man? That's kind of the whole inspiration for it. So I just wanted to throw that on the side, y'all. Anyway, so yeah, so Tania was like, I did not issue a match. She's like, fix it, Caleb. And he's like, Caleb with the K. Like, he trying to reassure Tania, like, it's going to be fine. And she's like, okay, just call him doctor or anything like that. Okay, and so Caleb, with the K, is giving her words of encouragement and just making sure she's okay. But yeah, you guys, this is going to be like a lot of like build-up that's going to be going on for Bound for Glory, you guys. So it's pretty interesting stuff. Anyway, you guys, so next match you have is Johnny Swinger versus Fall Bob. Winner gets to be Johnny Bravo's best man. So you have the Wrestle House theme song, and out comes the cast of Wrestle House. Alicia Edwards, the Deaners, which thank God they're okay after they got their ass kicked by Eric Young in a brutal way. And Crazy Steve there. So the match itself, it was pretty alright. I mean, it's a less than a 5-minute match. Like, I like Johnny Swinger's thing. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's like not much to say. A lot of back and forth going on. You have Fall Bob with the sidewalk slam and then the leg drop for a 2 count. And until Johnny Swinger did rake Fall Bob, as Cody did distract the referee, as Johnny Swinger grabbed Crazy Steve's stuffed monkey and then hit Fall Bob's head. And that's when he picked up the victory and won. But afterwards, Johnny Bravo cut him out because he saw everything and he doesn't appreciate Johnny Swinger's cheating methods. So he demanded the ref to restart the match. So the match has restarted. Fall Bob did knock out Johnny Swinger, and then he did the bonsai drop to pick up the victory. So Fall Bob won the match fair and square. And then afterwards, you have this argument between Fall Bob, Johnny Swinger, and Johnny Bravo about the whole best man situation. It's crazy though. Anyway, you guys, so with that being said, we're going to go take a quick commercial break so I can, look over the matches for Victory Row. And we're going to be hearing from Philip of Chicle TV. Check it out.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Philip here. Look, there are so many channels out there on YouTube that do pranks and challenges and funny videos like That Just Happened TV, Nelk, and Love Live Serve. But why don't you look up Chicle TV? Yes, Chicle TV. Chikle TV. It is a channel I started with my buddy Vinny a couple years ago, and we've done wrestling finishers in public. He's done eating challenges. We've done pranks to people. It's a whole lot of fun. You know, when you go to YouTube, it is the thumbnail with the guy blowing the bubble. It says Chicle TV right in the bubble. And look, you know, just sit down, relax, hop on YouTube, look up Chicle TV, and
ooh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Crack open a little bit of the bubbly. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Chicle TV. Like, share, subscribe. It is the freshest channel on YouTube.
Alright, you guys, we are back. So we got a backstage segment with Gia Miller and current X Division champion Rohit Raju. So Rohit will say that he's going to be defending his belt at Victory Road. We'll call Rohit, defeat Rohit. So any challenger that is not TJP, that is not Chris Bay, that is not Trey Miguel. It's going to have to be anybody besides them to challenge Chris Bay. TJP was there, and, you know, he was kind of like doing his usual mundane butthurt promo that is like somewhat cringy, like, oh, gonna cry, hurt my feelings, gonna watch Notebook and eat some yeah, that's like so cringy as hell, but yeah. Anyway, you guys, you got Eddie Edwards coming out to the ring, and he called out whoever attacked him last week. He called out EY. That was the main person he thought he attacked him, but nope. Cut to the lights. There's a promo. Out comes Sami Callihan. You know, he said that, like, you know, he's been a good guy. He didn't do it. After Eddie insists that he wanted to beat the living hell out of him. And so Sami Callihan, with his cross his heart hope, he does stick a needle in his eye. Honor, he's like, he didn't do it. But he just showed him, like, I know who did it. So he lights out, lights back on, and out comes, guess who it is? Impact Wrestling Hall of Famer Ken Shamrock start to beat the crap out of Eddie Edwards. So as soon as he beat the crap out of Sami Callihan, has been watching it, seeing. So pretty much it was Ken Shamrock, the one beating the crap out of him. Sami Callihan orchestrated it. So we haven't seen Ken Shamrock since at the aftermath of Slammiversary on the episode of Impact Wrestling. So it was nice seeing him back, but I knew it was him because, like I said before, it's just to get ready to promote the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame ceremony for inducting Ken Shamrock. So I feel that it would be the right call for Ken to be part of the storyline with Eddie Edwards and also Sami Callihan. I guess they're now working together, him and Sami Callihan, which was unusual, especially like how they were communicated during the tag team title match against the North at Slammiversary. So I'm guessing it works perfectly, you guys. So yeah, I'm looking forward to what's going to be happening next overall. Anyway, you guys, then you have EY cutting the usual promo of how much like he enjoyed Eddie getting his ass kicked by Ken Shamrock, and he deserved it. Now he talked about Rich Swann, and of course, like what's going to happen next. So I love EY as a champ, though, even though he blocked me on Twitter since 2017. Yeah, regretted. Yeah. Anyway, you guys, so we have his backstage segment of Susie who was looking at the mirror. And out comes Kylie Rae, which she is so proud of her that she's going to be the one that's going to compete at Victory Road against Deonna Purrazzo. Even though Susie was so scared that Kylie would be mad at her because, like, what if Susie beat Deonna Purrazzo and be the new Knockouts champion? Kylie didn't mind at all. She doesn't like the fact that Deonna Purrazzo was a big bully. All it matters is that the only person she wanted to have a match at Bound for Glory is her best friend. And she gave her a present, which is a white knee pads or kick pads, you guys. It's so adorable, given like a very sincere present. And Susie said that it will make a difference, and Kylie definitely agreed. And she said in that last part, it's your moment, which actually kind of triggers Susie. Once Kylie left, Susie stared at the mirror in that creepy ambience of a music play, and she repeated, say, it's your moment. It's your time has, not your moment, your time has come. Yeah, your time has come. That's the one word. It's your moment. Your time has come. Yeah, so pretty much, once she say your time has come, weird side effects. So we get to see, there's a possibility that we're going to be seeing a transition of Su Yung. I don't know what's going to happen. Yes, are we going to be seeing like a half transition at Victory Road? I don't know. I would like to see the full transition at Bound for Glory. That's just me. Anyway, y'all, here comes the main event match. The North versus the team of Ace Austin and Magman Fulton. I was pretty impressed with the main event match. It was a lot of like defense going on between Ace Austin, the North, and Magman Fulton, especially Magman Fulton. Like, wow, his test of strength. That was like, wow, very impressive. A lot of like counters going on within the North. Like, so many moments. Like, you had Ethan Page trying to kick Fulton in the head as Fulton chased Page around until Josh strike Fulton, and so is Ethan Page. They both double team strike until they roll them over. And then you have Fulton pushes Ethan Page, and then he did a swinging sidewalk slam to Josh Alexander, and then followed by a slingshot. Well, actually, Ethan Page slingshot chops both Magman Fulton and Ace Austin. It's really incredible, this match altogether. And of course, you have is like Josh Alexander ducks a clothesline from Magman Fulton, and then with the forearm shiver, followed by kicking Fulton to the gut. And then, of course, Magman Fulton with the pop-up palm strike goes for the vertical suplex to Josh Alexander, but he landed on his feet. And then he did the release German suplex. So it's like so many back and forth. Then you have Ethan Page go for a tilt-a-war slam, but of course, Ace Austin landed back on his feet, and then he did the jumpy knee strike, and then a spinning enziguri to Ethan Page. And so Magman Fulton goes for the chokeslam, but Josh Alexander got out of the ring. That's where Ethan Page did duck the clothesline from Magman Fulton. So a lot of impressive moments, a lot of counter, double team finish and all that. And so you have is Magman Fulton climbs up the apron, but then, of course, Ethan Page did whip Josh Alexander to Magman Fulton. Ace Austin was about to sidestep Page to the turnbuckle, but he did dodge it and did the springboard enziguri, and then followed by a roundhouse kick. Josh Alexander with the forearm shiver again. And then he did super kick Ace Austin. And that's when the North did a tag team finisher with a combo of the Burning Hammer / Spinebuster and pick up the victory. So that was a pretty good main event match altogether. And then afterwards, you saw Josh Alexander's mouth was bleeding up close. Like, damn, that's pretty brutal to say at least. I hope his mouth is okay. But afterwards, out comes the Good Brother, taunting the North back and forth until Fulton and Austin attack them, and then attack the Good Brothers, so is the North, and then out comes Motor City Machine Gun making a save, and that's when Impact Wrestling ends in a all-out brawl of the tag team, you guys. So, the episode of Impact Wrestling was pretty good, even though it was kind of like a bit of a slow pace, but it's like more of like a tag team dynamic. I enjoy Fall Bob versus Johnny Swingers match, even though it's kind of like a hokey, but it has some like funny moments. Jordan Grace versus Tennille Dashwood's match was pretty solid. It's better than last week's, But yeah, so overall, thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs up and a half, you guys. So 1 thumbs up and a half. So that's my takeaway from the episode of Impact Wrestling. So next week for the show, Motor City Machine Guns versus Ace Austin and Madman Fulton, and a Knockouts tag team match between Taya Valkyrie and Rosemary versus Kira Hogan and Tasha Steele. And y'all, let's go ahead and do like a quick pick for Victory Road. Again, I'll be talking about briefly the results on the next episode Into the Stratusphere as well. So here are the matches confirmed for Victory Road for this Saturday, October 3rd. So you have is Rohit Rojo versus whoever's going to be challenging Impact Wrestling X Division champion. I'm going to go say this. I'm going with Suicide. So I would like to see Suicide versus Rohit Rojo. Then Jordan Grace versus Tennille Dashwood. I'm going with Tennille Dashwood because of Caleb Collins going to make the assistant for it. Tommy Dreamer versus Brian Myers. I'm going with Brian Myers. Heath and Rhino versus Reno Scum. Shin tag team match. I'm going with Heath and Rhino just because. Deonna Purrazzo versus Susie for the Impact Knockouts title. I'm going with Deonna Purrazzo to retain. And the main event match, Eric Young versus Eddie Edwards. I'm going with EY to retain the title. So, yeah, you guys, that is it for the episode of Into the Stratusphere, y'all. So, thank you all for listening and everything. If you like this concept, this episode, or anything like that, feel free to DM me. Feel free to leave a comment, give me some constructive criticism, as long as it's nice and don't be rude, and everything above, or even questions for me. I'm more than happy to do like a fan Q&A or something like that. So you guys can definitely DM me on Twitter and on Instagram, and also have a YouTube channel at simply_C_OK. That's SIMPLY_C_OK. And make sure to follow the Bulletcast on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and subscribe to this YouTube channel at the Bulletcast. And also, whenever you're listening to it, make sure to give it a follow / subscribe to the Bulletcast on any podcast plethora, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, Anchor FM, Stitcher, anywhere else you guys are listening to as well. Alright guys, with that being said, that's the end of the episode. So please, you guys, make sure to wash your hands 20 to 30 seconds. Practice social distancing. Wear your face mask or any type of face mask covering. No excuses. And please remember to be kind to one another. We're all in this together. And remember, register to vote because this is the important time. Because November 3rd is the election. Just saying, you guys. Anyway, guys, till next time on the next episode Into the Stratusphere, this is your girl, Cindy G. And cheers, y'all.
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.